Hello, hello. Somebody likes my live already. I feel special. I don't know how they did that though because there's nobody here and I got one like. It's not Melody. Melody is not here. So I don't know who it is, but hello to the people on the replay. Happy Saturday night. We are here live on the couch, getting ready to spill the beans, girl. All right, let me see. Can I find me? Why does that always happen with my picture? It never shows up. Hello, Miss Andrea. How are you? Why is I look so bright and shiny for some reason. Make sure I get this turned down. Okay. Hello. Happy Saturday. Put this back because I was trying to think of something to do on the live tonight, and I thought, you know what I'm going to do? To play with these brands that we hate to get in our subscription boxes. And I looked legit, like dug through all kinds of stuff, and I realized that I have thrown a lot of those brands away. I'm good, sweetheart. So I did find a few things, like Manicadar. And I think the only thing I have from Manicadar is an eyeliner and maybe a lipstick, which I don't even know if I have that anymore. Manicadar, do I have a lipstick from you? No, I think it's a Bella Pierre lipstick. Oh, what is this? Lip Monthly. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, didn't I have a Manicadar lipstick once upon a time? I guess not. Oh, I got a Hikari lipstick. We're going to pull that out. What else do I have? Oh, Manicadar blush. And I got a Deuce mascara. I got a Deuce highlight. What else we got here? We got that Hikari. Who's here? Hello to the people here. We got that Hikari. Remember that bronzing thingy? My ring, is it too shiny here? Is it too light? Let me know. What do you see? Is it too light? Because I barely turned the ring light up. So yeah, we got that shimmer bronzer thingy. I don't know. That looks like a hot mess to me. This one. So we're going to try that. We also got this from Bella Pierre. It's a bit blurry. I don't know how to fix it. Oh, you know what you want to do? You want to go, just press on where you see me. There's 3 dots on the top. Press those 3 dots. Hit quality. Then hit, I think it's advanced. Then hit advanced on those 3 dots on top. Hit quality. Then hit advanced. Then go 720p. And it shouldn't be blurry anymore. I think it gets better. Let me know if that works. Is it working? Let me just wipe the screen. Hold on. Better? Are we better? I don't know. That light is messing me up. Much better? By what? Wiping the screen or by hitting those 3 dots on top? I'm gonna close it down and get back into it. Let me see here. I don't know why my picture don't show up, you know. Time. Well, it's playing an ad, and I gotta let my ad play through. You know, I might get 1 cent out of it. What else do I have? Ooh, we got this beautiful chummy digger. Yeah, we're gonna play with that girl. And I got this from Be a Bombshell. I think we got this in Topbox. Hi, Jen Button. How are you, girl? So we're gonna try this on Be a Bombshell. So we're gonna do something with those 2 eyeshadow palettes. Can you imagine that was a beauty surprise? Oh my God. And I also found this today. Where's the thing that goes? Oh, here, it's in the box. I was going through my stuff that I had over in my container. Hi, Ruth. How are you? How's your weekend, everybody? The Makeup Forever. And we got this from Topbox, and I'm going to give it another try using the Bobbi Brown cream and stuff, because I've been seeing that, putting that Bobbi Brown vitamin enriched base face cream makes a big difference with the foundations I've been using. It doesn't look as dry with some of the foundations I have, so I'm going to try that. And then I found this Makeup Forever, what is this? Highlight. Yeah, it's a liquid highlighter, and I've never tried it, so we're going to try that. So we're going to play with, well, some brands that we hate to get in our sub boxes, right? Like, you know, Deuce and Miss Madagadar. So I think I got pretty much everything here for a full face. So how is everybody? What you doing? How you been? How come my live chat isn't coming up? Let me see. If I just go hi, it's not coming on my phone. Hi, Cosmic. I'm not seeing anybody. Why is that? Well, that is weird. Okay, go back into okay, there it is. I got it on now. So how is everyone's weekend? What are you doing? Jen Button, did you go away somewhere? Cosmic, were you working today? I need a primer. I'm going to find a primer that we probably got in Topbox or something that we're kind of iffy about. I got so much stuff here. Oh my goodness. I need a bigger desk. Okay, let me just put that right there. You didn't mind the Makeup Forever foundation. You received worse brands and sub boxes. Okay. I think the first time I tried it, I only tried it once, and I found it a little bit too dry on my skin. Your mom was in town. Oh, your mom was in town. Oh, that's awesome. I'm sure it's been a long time as well. I'm going to try the VDL because we did get this in Topbox and a few other boxes. I think that's the one I'm going to try, even though I do like it. Oh, yeah, that's Charlotte Tilbury. I thought it was that, whatchamacallit one. Nude by Nature, but I think I threw that away, that Nude by Nature. All right, so let me put on the Bobbi Brown first. Oh, that's awesome. You had today off. You just got off supper. A busy 6 days in a row. I bet, love. Oh, that's awesome. Do you have to work tomorrow? What are you guys having for dinner? I just had a bowl of cereal. Yep, I just had a bowl of Kellogg's Eggo cereal. It's my favorite cereal. I love the Kellogg's Eggo. Not because I think they came out with like a chocolate Eggo cereal. I don't like that one. I like the Kellogg's just regular Eggo cereal. You're working the next 4 days. So yeah, I just put like a little tiny bit of this moisturizer on my face. I probably got way too much on because you only need a little tiny bit, right? It's really thick. And I have been using this moisturizer now, I'd say for the last 3 weeks or so. I know I mentioned it in my videos, but I find it's such a difference on my, like the foundation makes such a difference. You know, some of those foundations that I had that I would say it looked dry on my skin, when I use this, the Bobbi Brown stuff, it no longer does that, right? So, and I know Jeffree Star, usually I know when he is reviewing a new foundation, this is what he always uses first. Like, I know a lot of people love this Bobbi Brown stuff, but it's really expensive. And I have been trying to buy up as many of these as I can find on Facebook. I've grabbed a few. I've got some really good deals on them, like $6 for one. I think another one sold me theirs for $7, and both, there was different sizes. So I've been doing, I'm buying them up because this is freaking like $80 to buy the full size of it, right? So I'm like, if I can find it on Facebook for cheap, I'll get it because you only need a little tiny bit of it. So you had grilled cheese for dinner. Oh, Ruth, your husband is barbecuing a steak and you made Caesar salad. Good for you and your nephew. We did about 4 o'clock we ate. And I did some roasted potatoes in the oven with oregano, salt and pepper, and we put a little bit of Louisiana spice on it, Cajun spice. And then when the potatoes were ready, I threw on some cheese on top of that. So we had that. Ian barbecued some peppers, some orange and yellow peppers, I think we had. And he also barbecued a steak. Now, the steak we bought, it was called Mexican steak. And I'm going, okay, to me, it kind of looked and tasted more like pork than it did like cow steak. So has anyone ever tried Mexican steak? It was new at Metro, right? And it was on sale. And I guess we seen the word steak and went, it's steak. But I was going, why does it look a lot pinker compared to a regular steak, right? So anyway, we ate it all up. It was good, but I don't think it's beef. I'm going, is this beef? Do you know, anybody know? It was called Mexican steak, but to me, it looked like it was pork. I've never tried it before. This is our first time trying it, so it was good. He barbecued it. It was great. All right. Just dry in for a minute. I don't have my eyebrows done. Can you tell? Can you? Oh, my Lord. Look at this, everybody. Anybody else have the 90s eyebrows? Anybody else rocking the 90s eyebrows? The Mexican steak is what you guys had. Did you notice, Ruth, a difference? Like the Mexican steak and like a regular steak? I noticed a difference. It was really pink compared to the red before you cook, right? And I think he cooked it good, but the meat it wasn't like, I don't know. I thought it was different. Hi, Janet. A lot of cattle in Mexico are given a drug to promote leaner muscle mass and grow faster. Oh, okay. The color of this was different, though. Like when you cooked it, it was, it could have been more white. Do you know what I'm saying? I just found the color to be different. To me, it looked more like pork. That's what it seemed like. It was more like pork to me. Yeah, it was good. It still tasted good. The texture was a little different, but it tasted pretty good. Yeah, it was still great on the barbecue. But I wondered if it was, I wondered if it was pork. But maybe it was cow. Just a little bit different. I'm totally messing up these brows right now. God, I can't do eyebrows to save my soul. Lord have mercy. So what did you all do today? I totally wasted a day. But hey, I finally folded up my laundry. Well, I had half of it done a couple nights ago. And then Ian wanted to go to bed because when I fold up laundry, I fold it in my bedroom and I, put it all on the bed. And then when it's done, the girls have to come and take their stuff and, you put it away, right? So I was doing it a few nights ago and then Ian wanted to come in and go to bed. So what I had done was put away and the rest just stayed in its baskets. So I did that today, finished that, but I did nothing else. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I got up at 11 o'clock today. I couldn't believe it. But I think I didn't go to bed till about 2, maybe? 2? I was watching my Korean drama, Jewel at the Palace, for the 8th time. You watch stuff on Amazon Prime, washed work clothes, and you worked on genealogy? Cool. What do you mean you watch stuff? What do you mean? Oh, you watched a show, a program on Amazon Prime. Oh, okay. We just finished watching, what is that called? God, it's new on Netflix. Oh my goodness. It's about the plane that disappeared. What is that called? So we just finished watching that. They got 2 Manifest? Manifest, yes. We just finished watching that. There's 2 seasons out of that. And now I'm like, I don't know what else to watch. Hi, Sabrina. Anyone know of any good shows? Like new? I pretty much watch whatever's on Netflix I've watched. You watched that last week? I know, right, Janet? I mean, what would you do? Like, seriously. If you or someone you loved disappeared and then came back 5 years later, I mean, life goes on, I would be mad. I told Ian. What happened to that thing I just had, everybody? That liquid highlight. Where did it go? What the flip? Right in front of my eyeballs, right here. Hi, Nicoletti. You were glued to the TV for 3 days? Yes, I binge watched it as well. I said to Ian, if I get lost for 5 years and come back and you're with another woman, I'm just walking in and going, okay, you can leave now. I won't be nice about it. All right, so what am I going to do first? Okay, first we're going to try this Chummy Digger. The Bella Pierre Cosmetics Pro Concealer Palette. Woohoo! All right, everybody, get yours out. Have you got your Manica Dar stuff out yet and your deuce? Because we're playing with this stuff today. You had old episodes of Covert Affairs playing while you worked. Cool. All right, so green is for redness, right? So that's all I know. I don't know what the other colors are for. What is the purple and the orange color supposed to correct? I'm just going to use the green because I'm going to put it where my red spots are and see what happens. Does anybody use this on a regular basis, these color correctors? All right. So I think when I've seen people use this stuff before, they put it before foundation, I believe, to cover up redness. This is so greasy. So I'm just going to use it on my cheeks and on my nose. Orange is for blue discoloration, okay, or dark circles. Purple is for yellow, orange. Purple is for yellow, orange is for blue. Orange or yellow discoloration, Andrea? I know the green is for red. This is, oh, the way this is sticking to my nose is nasty. Didn't, what's her name? The dragon girl, the dragon beauty girl. Wasn't like this the, boy, don't go outside looking like this, everybody. Wasn't this like the first thing that she came out with when she opened her company? A color corrector? I suppose this is probably good for drag, maybe? I mean, is this where this actually came in effect was people who did drag would color correct their face? I'm assuming. Because I know that's how contour came to be, was because people who did drag contoured, right? So that's how that got on the map. I wonder if it's the same for color corrector. All right. Okay, I'm assuming this is the right way, right? You put it on before your foundation. All right. This is just, I don't know, we'll see. Ruth, you use a green corrector all the time where your face is so red, yeah? Do you, like, should I blend it more into my face or do you use it under your foundation? I mean, do you go outside? Like, do you put the green on and that's just it? And just blend it more into your face so it looks more natural? Hi, Leah. How are you? Cosmic, you never use color corrector. They're unnecessary for some people. I know some people use them. That's the green. Some people use them. That's the purple. And that's the orange. Can't really see the purple. Can't really see the purple. That orange is very prominent, though. It's very greasy feeling. And look, I just rubbed it all in, and you can barely see it except for the orange. All right, I need a makeup wipe. Where would I find one of those? Right here. Originally for covering birthmarks and scars. But where, though? Scars on your face? You never use color correctors. Your It Cosmetics concealer works without it. Hi, Sophia. How are you? Yeah, I never use color correctors. I've tried. I think I had a few there, and I tried, and I don't know if I really notice a difference. I guess depending on, what foundation you're using and stuff. Although a lot of times my redness will just seep through anyways, especially after wearing a foundation for an hour. You know what I mean? It'll always come through. These cheeks are always red. You're surviving a heat wave. It's 35 degrees. Wow. And you're right by the ocean. Holy cow. Vancouver Island. Wow, that's hot. That's hot. It's the weather here in Toronto was really icky today. It was like, is the sun gonna come out? Is it gonna pour down raining? It was a nice day, but it was like, make up your mind what you're gonna do, right? And then at one point it got really, really humid. Yeah, really humid. But it was a nice day. Okay, so now I'm gonna put some of this liquid highlight from Makeup Forever on, because I know I've watched people and sometimes they'll put it on under their foundation. Did anyone use it? Literally like sounds like there's nothing in this and it's brand new. And you know what I forgot? I forgot to put on primer. Well, I'm not very smart. Uh-oh, crackers. I think that's too much. I think you're just supposed to put it where you would put... What? This is a watery mess. Okay, hold on. Crackers. I need a brush. A flat one. I need a flat brush. Facial scars and birthmarks. Max Factor invented it back in the 50s. Cool. Okay, so I see some shine. All right. Let's see how this goes. Okay. So I want to see if this is going to come through my foundation once I put it on. But I can see some shine going on right now. Does anyone use this liquid highlight? And do you put it on before your foundation? It's overcast in Windsor as well. You use a green corrector primer, then foundation, then you have a green concealer. Probably overkill, but it helps tame the redness for the most part. I heard, and I used to have one, a green, I don't know if it's a concealer or corrector, but it's from LA Girl, and you can get it at the dollar store, and I heard a lot of people rave about that. The LA Girl green color corrector at the dollar store, and it comes looking like a concealer, but I've heard a lot of people say good things about it. All right, I forgot primer, but that's okay. All right, so next we're going to use Makeup Forever Reboot. Crackers, what did I just do with that box? Let's see. What's this supposed to do? Brighten, smooth, firm, hydrate, even out. And, oh my God. Seriously, you see how that's all blurry? That's what it looks like to me when I try to go read this. Like it's just a big blur. I need a pair of glasses. I need to keep a pair of reading glasses in here. Because I can't tell for the life of you what this says. For what? No, that's in French. I'm not even going to bother trying to read that. You're from Burlington, Safia? Yeah, you've heard of the LA Girl too. Yeah, I think it's LA Girl. I know some people like a few things that brand makes, and it's really like cheap. It's really affordable. I think I had a bronzer, blush, and highlight trio from them that I got at Walmart. Cosmic, you use a liquid highlighter from Rare Beauty and you love it. You put it on over your CC cream. Nicolette, you use a liquid highlight, but find it disappears under anything but tinted moisturizer or light BB cream. Okay. And you really like the green Urban Decay concealer. BB cream from Laneige. It's got some SPF too. Oh, I've never tried it. What's the difference between the BB cream and the CC cream? All right. Did you hear July 5th, we can, if you have your 2 vaccinations coming into Canada, if you want to go away, it's not going to, you're not going to have to go through all of those restrictions. So I'm happy to hear that. I just don't know if I'm going to have 2 of my vaccinations by the time Mom gets here, which is a bugger, right? Because she'll be vaccinated. Ian will be fully vaccinated. He's already fully vaccinated. Um, I don't know if Savannah will be because she's just got 1 shot so far. So I don't know. But at least she'll be able to come and not have to go in quarantine. That's what we were really hoping for, that she'll be able to come up and not have to go in quarantine for 14 days. Because if that's the case, then why come? You know what I mean? Because she's only going to be here for 2 weeks. So who would want to spend their vacation in a bedroom, for 2 weeks, right? That's not a vacation. But I read that today, July 5th, and phase 2 is open this week in Ontario. Yes, that's right. I told my husband, you get to go get a haircut. Oh my goodness. Anybody else's husband have like really long hair right now? Because Ian, his hair is so long. He's been going around the house looking like, someone from an 80s rock band with like almost a headband around his head and all this long hair behind it. And I'm like, oh my God, I just expect to see you with like a cut off shirt. You remember those 80s people who would do workouts and stuff and had the long hair with the headband and a cut off shirt and the rolled up pants? Like, that's what I expect. I'm like, that's what you look like. So I can't wait for him to get a haircut. All right, I'm behind. Hold on. You've been wanting to get the blue LA Girl Foundation Shade Shifter. BB is Beauty Balm CC Color Correcting. Okay. For me, the only CC cream I have is the It Cosmetics one, and to me, that's a foundation. Like, I don't find any difference with that compared to my other foundations, right? You've heard and seen so many posts of people getting pretty ill after the second shot. I've heard of some for sure. Ian was good. Nothing happened to him. Yours got a beard, Sophia, and he needs to trim it, right? Tinted moisturizer, sheerest coverage, BB cream is a bit more coverage, and CC has the highest. Okay. Hi, Blade. You have more olive skin tone, and you use green concealers and color correctors to help your foundation match better. Your hubby bought clippers and gives himself a buzz cut now, Nicoletti. Veronica's really sick. Oh, yeah, she had her shot. I figure she would be. Ruth, you own clippers and you give your husband a buzz cut. See, my nephew, Ian cuts my nephew's hair all the time because he's got clippers, but he won't do his own hair and he won't let me touch his hair. And oh my goodness, like he actually, like his hair is so long now that he needs to go to a salon and get them to fix it. He's in such a mess. I don't think this is my shade. Am I looking really pale? I don't think this is, I don't think this is my shade. It's just too light. Maybe it's probably my shade in the winter time because I'm working on getting a tan on my face. I'm not trying it, but it looks really pale. Does this not look really pale to you? He needs a haircut, but things just started opening today in Manitoba. so he can call his friend up and go see her. Yeah. You have to and follow the brand Mundo tutorial. Follow any tutorial. When I cut my hair, I just put it in a ponytail and gave my husband the scissors. And he cut my hair. Yeah, right? It's a bit pale, isn't it? Wow. What shade was that? 230, R230. I'm thinking it might be more of a wintertime shade, like when I'm really pale. But since the sun, my cheeks are a lot redder, so I need something a little bit darker to hide it. It's the R230 shade. Yeah, I think definitely for wintertime it'd be good. And I'm telling you, because I know I tried this foundation and I didn't like it. But now that I use that Bobbi Brown stuff does something. I'm telling you, it does something with foundation, because right now, like the way it looks on my skin, legit looks like I have no foundation on whatsoever. It doesn't look dry or anything. And it did like the first time I used it. I was thinking to go and retry. I'm going to do a video trying things that I didn't like the Milani foundation. I found that was too dry on my skin, the new one. The Sigma eyeshadow palette, I wasn't too impressed with the shimmers on that one. So I think I'm going to do a video retrying over some stuff that I didn't like the first time I tried it. A second time review. Her husband has been cutting his own hair for over a decade. Yeah, I must be. It's the red, so I'm not tanned. It's like I'm not tanned yet. It's face is more redder because of the sun, and I've been putting on sunscreen, and I tell you, I don't know how they do it. Like, people who have really pale skin must live inside their house, like Nicole Kidman, right? She's in Australia most of the time. She's so pale. And I wear sunscreen all the time. How do you not get any sun? I don't know how people do it, because I wear sunscreen, but I'm telling you, I could be on the patio for 10 minutes, come back in, and yep, my cheeks are burned. I don't know how people do it. So I just assume people have to stay inside to be that white. Your clippers are being kept busy, Ruth? Okay, what's next? Well, we're using brands that we don't like, so I'm going to throw on my Laritzi. When I went to look today through all of my stuff to try to find all of my Laritzi and Madagascar and Deuce, I couldn't find anything. I think I've given all of it or thrown it away. Like, I know the last Topbox I got, it all went in the garbage. I took out, what was in that box? The face masks, those Masquerade Rose Sleeping Night Mask. I tried that, and my face didn't like it. It's supposed to be hydrating, and I tried it a couple days ago. And when I woke up in the morning, my skin was screaming at me for hydration. So that didn't work for me so much. And I do like the brand Masquerade, but my skin didn't like that one. I can't remember what else we got in that box, but lately, if I've been getting something from Madagascar, I just throw it in the garbage, you know, because nobody's going to want it. So, or, but I know a lot of the stuff I had, I sent it to my friend's group home that she works on. Like, she got a crap load of stuff. You played around with the Eternal Eclipse palette from Lunar Beauty today? Oh, good for you. You don't burn, but first nice day, and no matter how much sunscreen you use, your skin tans, and you're instantly a darker foundation shade. Right? Like, sometimes I wonder if the sunscreen works. Hi, Miss Sandra. You spent the afternoon cleaning out the garage. Good for you, love. What are you making for dinner? Because I know usually on Saturday nights when I'm live, you're cooking. So you must have had your dinner already. What did anyone else have for dinner? Oh, I made yesterday. I got to tell you what I did. So, have you guys been to the keg and had the shrimp appetizer? You know, that comes in the bowl with the cheese on top and the garlic butter sauce is so good. So, yesterday, I made some appetizers. I don't know why I took that down. I made some appetizers and I had bought this dip in Niagara Falls. It came with the ramekin and just like the little bag of spice, and it was called garlic and something dip. But you would take like a spoonful of the spice that was in the package and mix it with mayo, sour cream, and some cheese like mozzarella, whatever cheese you want, right? And bake it in the oven in the ramekin it came in. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make that. And then you know the Pillsbury Doughbuy? It comes with it's the one for the hot dogs. It's the bread, you know, the dough. So I had that. So I decided to cut those in shapes, put them in the oven with some garlic butter to help with the dip. And then I was thinking, okay, I'm going to make some garlic shrimp, right? And I really wanted to try to make the shrimp like they do at the keg. So I Googled it and a recipe popped up and it said to use the escargot spice. So if you wanted to make escargot, you get the can of the escargots, and then there's a pack of sauce or spice for escargot, right? It's like a gravy, a pack of gravy. It's dry, right? A dry rub. So I followed this recipe to a T, and oh my God, let me tell you something. If you want the keg's shrimp, you got to make this recipe. It tasted exactly like the shrimp that you would get at the keg as the appetizer. It was so freaking good. I didn't have that little round bowl, you know, that's got the holes inside that you put the shrimp in and the cheese over on top of it. I just had another kind of bowl. So I threw in some shrimp. So what do? You make the sauce in the frying pan with butter and garlic, and you throw in the sauce, right? And then you fry your shrimp in all of that butter, delicious goodness. A couple little teaspoons, drops, not even a teaspoon, drops of lemon juice. And once the shrimp is done, you know, after like 5 minutes, shrimp's done, then you put it in the little container, pour in all that sauce, and put some cheese over it and put it in the oven and let it like broil for like 5 minutes so the cheese is cooked. Oh my God, I'm telling you, this dip and this shrimp yesterday, it was gone in seconds. Seconds. Johnny, myself, Madison, and Ian devoured it. It was so good. So if you ever wanted to make that shrimp from the keg, it's that escargot, that pack of escargot spice. That's what it is. It's exactly that. It's so good. And the cheese I grabbed at, I think it was Metro. They had their, you know, already shredded cheeses on sale for like $3.99. I got the 4 cheese. It was mozzarella, I think Monterey Jack, something like that. It was so good. I can't wait to make it again. And then, after I made all that yesterday, I made a blueberry cheesecake. But it's not like your traditional cheesecake that I made. Ian got the recipe from his aunt because he really likes his aunt's blueberry cheesecake. So he got the recipe. I'm just making sure I don't see anything. So he got his recipe from his aunt, and all it is 2 packs of Dream Whip, a pack of cream cheese, some vanilla. What else did I put in there? And I think a couple of drops of lemon juice, and you mix that really well. Plus, you make the crust, and the crust is just a graham wafer crumbs, sugar, and butter, right? And then you just put in the blueberries. So it's not really cheesecakey. Yeah, a 70s cheesecake, exactly. It doesn't really taste like the cheesecake that we get today. You know what I mean? There was like, you get a hint of that taste in the sauce. So I made that yesterday. So I'm just like cooking up a storm here. Sandra, you signed up to Chef's Plate, and tonight you had the Mediterranean chicken. Did you like it? We've had so many of those different chef's plates and good foods and stuff like that. I'm telling you, we don't really like it. Like, I don't think we've had many recipes that we actually liked. Yeah. And I was going to do it again because I had bought, they had sent an email and I got like I don't know, 50% off like for 2 weeks. So sign up for 2 weeks, 4 meals a week. And I think I paid $70 for it. So we got a great deal, right? That's the last time we did it. And nobody in my family really liked, um, I don't even think, maybe they liked one recipe. That was it. Can you hear my husband? Can you guys hear my husband right now? They must be watching some kind of a game or something because I can hear them arguing. Can you hear them? Hello? I don't know if you can hear them or not. I can hear them and they're driving me nuts. Hi, Jaja. You're having chicken curry, lamb curry, dosas, and rice. That sounds so good. Sylvie, you had a frozen spaghetti dinner. Awesome topics with the undesired products, right? We haven't even gotten there yet. We got so far as the Laritzi bronzer. You're coming next time. Um, Chicken burgers, homemade fries, and fries in the air fryer. Thank you, Sylvie. Your mother used to make that kind of cheesecake. It was in magazines back in the 70s. You call it Cheesecake Delight or something like that. I don't know. Ian's aunt, she's older. I think she's probably in her 70s now. So she made it the last Gigi's golf day. Gigi's his grandmother. And she passed away about 6 years ago. So we got married on her birthday. This is one of the reasons why we wanted to get married on June 20th, because it was her 100th birthday and it was our 15-year anniversary. And every year, way before she passed, they always had something called Gigi's Golf Day on her birthday. She was like the monarch of the family, right? She was in the war, like this. She was an amazing woman. So the last Gigi's golf day we had, his aunt made this cheesecake, and Ian's been talking about it ever since. So he finally got the recipe, and I made it yesterday. It's good. I found that the crust for me was really sweet, but they like it. I'm like, next time I might not put so much sugar in it because it called for half a cup. I found it too sweet, but you know, they devoured it, so it all worked out. I guess they ate it. It's hot in Washington. It's 103. So what is, I don't know how to do that breakdown. What is 103 Fahrenheit to Celsius? Jen Button, what's it like for you in Michigan? Is it really hot in Michigan? I think it's going to be hot. No, actually, I don't know, because it was calling for rain all weekend. And it didn't pour down rain here in Toronto today, so I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You never put sugar in the crust for the cheesecake, just graham cracker crumbs and melted butter. Yeah, this one called for sugar, so I used sugar. I thought it was too sweet, but Ian and the kids loved it. So, all right, so what do you suggest I do for this bronzer? So it's called a bronzer. This is so messed up to me because it looks like a bronzer, blush, and a highlight, right? How if you've used it, how did you use it? I was thinking what I might do is on one side of my face, swirl my brush around all of it and do like one side of my face. And then on the other side, try just the bronzer alone. Raining all day and super muggy. Yeah, it was weird here. Weather was weird here today. You just mix the colors together? Okay. So that's what I'm going to do. See, I don't know, man. That looks more like a blush to me. Okay, let's see. It looks like I don't know. It's very shimmery, isn't it? Come on, hair. Get out of my way. So has anyone seen Tati's 2 new videos? How excited were you? I think she was a little bit nervous. Did anyone else find that on her second video? For me, I almost felt that she was a little bit nervous, even though I love the videos. Don't get me wrong, I love the videos. But or maybe I was just nervous for her. But I'm so happy she's back. And I'm hoping that she comes out with something new. You've mainly been using as an eyeshadow? Okay. God, not that horrible bronzer. Used it once and a damn thing exploded in your purse? No way. Oh my God. I don't know. I don't know about this one. What I'm finding is that it's really shiny, and I know it's called a shimmering bronzer. I'm really not into shimmer on my face other than a highlight. I like a matte bronzer and a matte blush. But I don't know. I suppose it would do the trick if that's all you got, right? Okay, I'm going to do the other side with just the brown that's in here and see what that looks like. Wow, like I'm digging my brush in here to get some pigment. Okay, so that's the shade right there. 103 is not normal for there. You've been watching Tati's videos for sure. Yes. Blade, you haven't seen Tati's videos yet, but you're really excited to do so. Hi, Karina. The bronzer makes a nice all-over color for an eyeshadow. So let's see. It's almost like there's a bit of pink in here. You know, I'm just doing the brown alone. And it's almost like, when I look at it, it's like a bit of pink. That's what it looks like to me. Okay. Well, we need a new blush. Oh, I can't use that one. I need a new brush. Hold on. Let's use this one. Well, it is what it is. Right. Okay. Hikari. I got a lipstick from them I think we're going to try today. This one. And I think I've had this lipstick. Oh my God. When I first started getting subscription boxes, this new tooth that I got, it's messing up the way I'm speaking. It's weird. I don't think she filed down enough. So when I first started getting subscription boxes, and you know, we all got Lip Monthly, right? Because it was, you know, your first one was $5. I can't believe I continued paying $20 for it. But like 4 years ago, Lip Monthly would actually send items with the name Lip Monthly on it. So at one point, I think they probably went through Alibaba and got their stuff. Anyways, I got this lipstick from Hikari. And it's a really nice color. I just forgot that I had it. So we're going to try that today and see what we think. Can you guys hear him? Are you sure can you hear them out there? I can hear them and it's bugging me. And I'm going to use a Deuce lip liner. Oh my goodness, can you hear them? They're like cursing. I got to get them to stop. Can somebody please text my husband and tell him to be quiet? Hold on, everybody. I don't know if he's going to see this. I don't know if he's going to be able to see that or not, but he does. Can you hear him? You love the sports? Yeah. That's not cool. Okay, let's see. You saw Rare Beauty Krista's Insta about the weather there. No one has air conditioning. Oh, right, because you're in Washington. That's right. I remember seeing that. And you don't get weather that hot, right? Wow. Although when we were in Washington, we went and took Mom to the White House, I don't know, 6 summers ago maybe. It was really hot that day, so I just assumed it was just always hot. Um, and I think that was at the end of August. And that day we were in Washington, it was so hot. It was like we were in a heat wave. Um, it was just same as, Toronto weather. Wrong. Okay, so I'm the wrong Washington. Okay, so where are we? What Washington are you in? So you're not in Washington, D.C. You're in Washington State. Okay, I have no idea where that is. Jaja, um, is that a Washington State? It's a state? Oh, I'm so confused. I didn't know there was two Washingtons. No idea. Isn't this pretty? It's a pretty color. I can't believe I haven't used that before. Okay, so I do like the Deuce lip liner and I do like the Hikari. All right, but I don't like this bronzer. All right, what have we got next? Oh, we have our favorite. She is known to be in places you never expected her to be. A worldwide traveler. It's our favorite brand. Who is it? Who are we going to use now? 103 is about 35 degrees. Okay. That's true. Most of the places here have heaters instead of AC. Because it never gets that hot. Yeah, wow. None of the colors in the bronzer palette are all that different from each other, regardless of how they look in the pan. Okay. You need to make a dentist appointment. You got to chip. Oh, make it. Oh my God, Cosmic. Make the appointment, because before you know it, there's going to be an abscess and an infection, and you don't want to live through that. That is the worst. I would rather go through labor than go through dental pain. And I've been through enough dental pain in my life. I literally give me labor 1,000 times over than dental pain, especially if you get an infection or an abscess. Oh my God, that is just, oh, horrible. Anybody else ever have like an infection or an abscess? It's just brutal. It's misery. And especially if you have to live through it over a weekend and wait for the freaking office to open up on Monday, it's absolute torture. And if you go to emergency, there's nothing they're going to do for you. Been there and done that too. Oh, I hate the dentist. The comment just reminded you of Emily Baker's live stream last night. Okay. You can't hear cursing, just the odd mumble in the background. Thank you, Nicoletti. I was getting worried because there was some rippers coming out of there. Well, I'm missing stuff. Like it's behind on comments. I see it coming up here, but I'm missing it here. What the heck? Let's try it again. See if it works. You're going to make an appointment. Was reluctant to do so in COVID. They were just doing emergency appointments. Okay. Washington, D.C. is a piece of Maryland, kind of in a large city. Oh, okay. Yeah, like here on my phone, I don't have those two comments. Isn't that strange? Now I got to get out again. Lord have mercy. There, it's there now. Okay. Let me just do this. All right. Hopefully it's working now. Can somebody make a comment to see if I can see it? Comment. It's not coming up. What the heck? See, I see it here where I'm recording, but I'm not seeing it down here. Okay, maybe if I go here and I go back into, here we go. I think I got it now. Yeah, that's true. If it is bothering you, it is an emergency. It goes Oregon, then Washington. Okay, so when we drove to the States and we went to Washington, D.C., Where are you from there? I'm so confused. I don't think we went through Oregon. We went because we went Washington, and then we went to Georgia. No, Washington. Was it Georgia and then the Carolinas? Isn't there something before when you leave Washington and you're driving to, like, we went to South Carolina? Um, I'm missing something. Georgia, flip. Maybe I didn't go to Georgia. It's just south of BC. Okay, so I definitely didn't go that way. You're in the Pacific Northwest. It's on the side. Okay, right. Oh, wow. Pacific Northwest, it's on the side of California up at the top, and you get it so cold there, like you don't get it that hot. I would think that because you're close to California, that you would get hot weather. I didn't know that. I took my stray cat brushes to Niagara Falls with me. So yes, I used. They're dirty. They're in my dirty pile, and I really, really did like them. I took them. That's all I took. The only brushes I took to Niagara Falls was the stray cat brushes. But I also I forgot an eyeshadow palette, and I forgot my eyebrow pencil. So I ended up using my blush, bronzer, and highlight for eyeshadow. But yeah, those are the only brushes that I took was the stray cat brushes, and I really did like them too. They're really good brushes. You were up at the top of the map. Okay. Washington State and Washington, D.C. are on opposite ends of us. Wow, interesting. I never knew that. I thought there was only one Washington. And so Raw Beauty Christie lives in your Washington. I always thought she lived in Washington, excuse me, Washington, D.C. I had no idea. Oh my God, I'm stunned. I didn't know that. We like to think after the whole Tati lawsuit, we would all know where Washington State is. Well, that's if you continue to watch Emily Baker, which I didn't. I think I watched maybe 3 or 4 episodes. Other side of the country, Washington State is top left, Washington, D.C. is lower right. I didn't know that. Interesting. You're kind of close to Canada. Okay. Um, DC isn't a state yet. And it's not, it's Washington, Maine, Maryland. Because Washington isn't the state. Washington is like, isn't it like a big city? Baltimore or something? I'm trying to think when we were driving because Mom didn't know where we were going. And we were going to surprise her and go to the White House, right? And so as we were driving, and she was seeing signs to Washington, but it said something next to it. Was it Maryland or Baltimore or I don't know. Washington is in what state? Washington's not a state, right? I should just shut up because I'm just going to make myself look stupid right now. Anyways, as we were driving and she was seeing the signs, she's in Washington. So Washington is, D.C. is a district. Oh, you're talking about Raw Beauty Christie. She's in Washington State. Okay. And Washington, D.C. is a district, yes. And it's in the state of what? The District of Columbia. Oh, okay. Because when we seen the signs, it would say Washington and like Maryland or Baltimore. There was something next to the sign. And Mom would say, oh, we're going to Washington? And I'm like, no, Mom, not the Washington you're thinking of. We're going to Washington and whatever was next to that sign. And I said it was a different state. I feel like an idiot. But anyway, she bought it. So she thought, okay, well, we're not going to the Washington that she sees on TV all the time, right? The White House. So yeah, when we got there and we got at the car, walked over, walked around the corner, And at one point, when we're going past a bridge and there's all this statues and stuff like that, because I really wanted to go to the Arlington Cemetery, um, right? There's a cemetery there. I think it's the Arlington one, but I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. Um, and she asked again, and I'm like, no, Mom, you see the sign says Washington and something else. Something else was written on that sign. What is it? Does anyone know? It didn't say District of Columbia on that sign. Um, yeah, DC is not in a state. Freaking cat just knocked down your Kimmy. Oh no! On your head. Oh, what a sin. The District of Columbia. DC is. I'm confused now. So you know how you have like Buffalo, New York, and New York's the state, and Buffalo's like the city kind of thing, or a part of the district. Um, Bye, Miss Sandra. The Washington, where the White House is, that's in the state of Columbia. Then the District of Columbia is the state. DC, it's its own thing. It's a federal district under. Okay, okay. I didn't know that. So it's not like Buffalo, New York. It's Washington, D.C., District of Columbia. And then as you drive out of Washington, Arlington is in Virginia, right by the D.C. Baltimore is a city in Maryland. Yeah, okay. I'm so confused. So isn't there a cemetery around the White House somewhere? There was something that I wanted to go. I thought it was a cemetery. Right around the White House. It had signs for a cemetery. What is that called? Anyway, so we got out of the car. We walked around the corner. And we're walking down the little street that the White House is on. And there's this big building like next to it. And I have it on video, as we're walking down, I'm asking Mom if she knows where she is. And she's like, no, where are we? And it was really freaking hot. And then I asked again, and Madison pipes up and says, we're at the White House. Like how she got that, I don't know. But it was pretty cool. She was crying. And when your mother cries, it makes you cry too. Washington, D.C. is a bizarre anomaly. It's like the Vatican. Okay. A city-state within a state, but it's not a state. I gotcha. Okay. Okay. So, question. For everything around Washington, D.C., as you drive out of Washington, D.C., I'm assuming those cities and towns around it, but not in it, is a part of a state. Is that right? And if that's a part of a state, what is that state called? Like the Vatican is Vatican City, but once you leave Vatican City, it's a part of something. There is a congressional cemetery near the White House. Yeah, there is a cemetery near the White House. I just don't know what it's called. I also wanted to go to the CIA headquarters in Virginia. That's right. When we left Washington, we went through Virginia, and then I think it was the Carolinas, because I think after the Carolinas it's Georgia and then Florida, right? I think. God help me, I don't know. Or that's the way we drove. Was it Baltimore? Because there was something on the signs. Maybe it was Baltimore? When you drive out of Washington, D.C., or you're driving to Washington, D.C., I don't even know how to say that. What is the state before it? Or once you leave Washington, D.C., what is that state you're in? I'm so confused. Maryland and the Virginia border. See, okay, now I understand. I had no idea that Washington was like the Vatican, its own, little freaking country. Because that's what the Vatican is like, even though it's Vatican City, it's like its own little country in there, right? I had no idea. I didn't know that. I've learned something new. Did anybody else learn something new? Please tell me. Somebody learned something new today because I didn't know. Please tell me I'm not the only one because I feel kind of stunned right now. Oh, good. You're just as confused? Okay. I understand it now. But I knew the signs would say Washington, and I'm assuming that it must have said Maryland next to it. Um, you don't need to send me a map, love. um, because I remember saying it to mom, like, no, mom, you're thinking about Washington, D.C. And what you're seeing on the signs would say Washington, maybe it said Maryland. Um, or Baltimore or something. It said something on the signs anyways after Washington, so that's what I would tell her. Most of the good historical sites are in Boston. I love to go to Boston. The home of Starbucks. Okay. Interesting. I'd love to go. We were thinking about if mom came and we all got our vaccinations in time, which I won't be able to get my vaccination in time because I think you got to wait like 6 weeks. And I'm hoping to go on Monday to get mine. We're supposed to go today, and I slept through it and forgot about it. Turns out that you know more about geography than your high school geography teacher thought you did. Yes, that's funny. Um, so I don't know if we're going to be able to go now, especially if mom comes at the beginning of August. We won't be able to go across the border. But if she comes later, then we can. But then I don't have the time off work, which is a bummer, you know? And it's like, I'm kind of peeved about it because Ian has to book his holidays in November every year. So, like, he booked his holidays for this summer last November, right? And there's like certain days that are blacked off that he can't book, because he's got to book his holidays, and it goes around all of Toronto. So all Toronto firefighters get this sheet, and they have specific times where they're allowed to book their holidays. And so we always have to coordinate that with my boss and what she wants to take off. And then because of COVID and the ever-changing schedule at the hospital, um, his holidays don't change. He can't change anything. It is what it is, right? Once you say that's your holiday, that's your holiday. You can't change it. But she's changed her holidays so many times now. So, and we always take like the last week of August off. That's usually when my mom would come up. It's Madison's birthday, so we would always travel the last week of August. And it's been switched so many times now with her, the hospital, call, COVID, so many changes that when I said, hey, mom's coming the last week of August, she's going to be allowed. Yeah, no, we're working. And I'm like, but we weren't working last November. So I don't know what we're going to do. So she might come the first week of August. And if she comes the first week of August, then I have that week off. Ian's got that week off, but I won't have my second vaccination because you got to wait like 6 weeks or 8 weeks before you get your second vaccination. Like, even if I got it on Monday, it's just the end of June, right? So I don't even think I'm able to go anywhere until at least 6 weeks to get that vaccination, right? And I think they say that you got to wait another 2 weeks after you get your second vaccination if you want to travel. I think that's what I read today. So nothing's working out. Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Is that in Boston, or is that in your Washington, Georgia? You're working on getting an accelerated second vaccine dose, but so far all the appointments are booked up. I know here in Toronto, there's walk-in places that you can just walk in and get your second vaccination. Don't get a lot of vaccine up here in cottage country. You're able to get in for your second vaccination on Thursday. Oh, good for you, Andrea. Yeah, I'm still struggling trying to get my health card. So I was going to go. Okay, so this is the Manicadar blush. Oh, yeah, Manicadar. That brand. Our favorite brand in every box. Girl, she's in every box. She never goes away. Um, I haven't been able to go get my health card, and because they have the wrong address online, which was changed when I moved back here, when I moved back to the city from Coburg like 5 years ago, I had to go and update my health card because the version code is expired, right? You have to do that every 4 years. So I went over to the Service Canada, updated my health card, gave them my new address for here, this apartment, and then they give you that sheet of paper with the new version code because that's the only thing that changes on your health card. Like your health card number is always the same for OHIP anyways, right? But the two letters at the end, that's what changes. And on the back of your health card, there are numbers. And those numbers change every time you have to renew your health card. So anyways, when I went to go make an appointment, they wanted the numbers on that health card. And then I called Service Canada and told them I lost my card. And they're like, okay, just go online and, request it, whatever. So the girl on the phone that day tried to help me and then realized that the address that they had on file, because I'm like, I knew I did not receive my health card when I went and renewed it when we moved here, right? Or the last time I had to renew it because we were here 5 years now. So when I go and we check, it's my Coburg address. So when I went to go renew it when we moved here, they didn't update it in their system. So my health card from 3, 4 years ago, it must have been 3 years ago because it expires next year. It went to my Coburg address. So I couldn't go and get it done online. I couldn't request a new health card because they got the wrong address. And to change my address online, it won't let me do it. It's telling me that I have to go into Service Canada with proof of where I live and my ID and all that in order to get a new freaking health card with the numbers on the back. So today I was supposed to go to a walk-in because here you can go into a walk-in with just your ID, proof of address. You don't need your health card. Look at this blush. Isn't it fabulous? Right on. So I was planning on doing that today, but I totally forgot all about it. And I don't know if there's one open tomorrow in my area because, it goes by postal codes for certain things. And there's like certain places open for your second vaccination, but not the first one. Wow. Okay. Well, what do we think about this blush, everybody? I'm feeling awfully flushed right now. Okay, I gotta read the comments. Hi, Brianna. How are you? You had the same issues with your husband and your bookings. Oakville Fire Department have to book. Oh, with vacation bookings, yeah, they have to book their vacations in November too, right? So it's a pain. It is. It's a pain in the butt because, there's no option to switch vacations. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. Once you put that in and say, okay, we're taking these dates off, that's the dates you have to take off, right? So I'm a little bit ticked off because it's not like she don't know this. You know what I mean? And now I have to work it. Since Muskoka is designated a Delta variant hotspot. Janet said, I have my original booking for August, but you really like to go earlier if you can. Janet, where is it you live again? You're a little nervous with side effects, though? Ian's had his second shot, and he hasn't had any side effects, and I don't think anyone who works with him, because they all had to go get it, like all the firefighters are done. And as far as I know, only two out of all of Toronto have had any kind of a side effect. My girls, well, my one is, the other one can't because she's not old enough. But Savannah's got her first vaccination. You're a wreck as it is with, yes, the cancer. You spent, oh no, Janet, you spent all day curled up in pain. If your first one was May 4th, you can rebook, Andrea said. Jen, you got your second Pfizer dose in April, no problems. Janet got her first one in April, yeah. And Janet, there's no way you can, I don't know where you are. Oh, no, you're up in the lake somewhere, right? Um, there's no way you can get to the city. Try again Monday to get through. It's so busy. You're not getting anywhere. Your sister is all done. She's younger, doesn't have cancer, but she lives in a city. Yeah. Like there's so many places here because I looked at yesterday, I looked up online. There's so many places here that you can walk in and get it done. You don't need an appointment. And when we brought my daughter and my nephew to the convention center, which you book online, right? There was like nobody there. Like they just walked on in, so it wasn't busy. I think it was probably busy when it first opened, but it's not anymore. Not sure the blush is a great shade for me. The best Costco in Ontario is in Aurelia. You always used to stop there on the way to Lake of Bays. They are giving people free Uber and Lyft rides to get vaccinated. Wow, that's pretty cool. You really hope you get the Pfizer again and not the Moderna. They're so similar. Um, was being really tired. Ian, I think for most people that I've heard from, it's just their arm hurt. That was it. Their arm was sore for a couple of days. Oh, what was I going to say? Have you guys heard? Because I looked it up. I was reading about the vaccination and, online stuff for trying to get an appointment and walk-ins and stuff like that. And I seen that a 12-year-old can get the vaccination without their parents' consent. Now, I know everyone's going to have a different opinion on that, and that's okay. I was not cool with that because I'm like, 16, okay, but a 12-year-old? And the way it was written was if they are intellectually capable of understanding what the vaccination is and they know the pros and the cons, then they don't need their parents' consent. And I don't know. That just did not sit right with me. I don't know why. Maybe as a parent, it didn't sit right with me. But I'm like 12. You know, I don't know if I like that. They can just show up there at 12 years old and go, okay, I want my vaccination. I don't know if I like that. Not at 12. At 16, yes. You're a little bit older and stuff. But 12, you're not even in your teens yet. And so, yeah, and that's in Canada. In the States, however, 41 states, they need to have their parents' consent. But in Canada, they don't. I found that a little bit strange. I did. Oh, you're just talking about shots. Okay. Yeah, apparently online too, it says that if you got Pfizer, you can get the second one, Pfizer, Moderna, or the Azalic or whatever it's called. Um, and if you got Moderna, your second shot could be all three. But I believe it said if you got the other one, what is Elzaic or whatever that one's called, I don't think they want you to get that one for the second one. You had to get either the Pfizer or Moderna for the second one. It was something like that I read online. Pfizer is a spotless facility. It has been since it was made 50 years ago. Wow. You know, you heard they weren't supposed to be mixed. Yeah. What I was reading when I Googled walk in COVID vaccine places in Toronto. It was all written there. If you had this one, you can get this, this, and this. And if you had this one, that, and that kind of thing. So it's all written there. You can mix. First one, your arm hurt for about 24 hours, and the second one, no side effects. Yeah. I've heard that for a lot of people. I think Ian had Moderna for both, I believe. No, or was it Pfizer? It was one of them, Moderna or Pfizer. You can only mix the mRNA vaccinations. You agree with me, kind of? Any medical procedure a parent should have to authorize until 16 years old. Yeah. Yeah, I found that a little bit off. I really did. I'm like, Savannah's got her first one already, but I don't think as a parent, I can't believe the government did that. I really was shocked to read that, I'm like, wow, they can't drive, they can't drink alcohol, they can't vote, but they can say yes to a vaccination at 12. I was kind of weird about that. You have to arrange a ride. Jaja, you're still kind of iffy about it. Yeah, I was really shocked that our government was like, okay, that's cool. If you guys ever get this, it's a loose pigment blush from Bella Pierre. And it's one of my absolute favorite blushes. And it's from Bella Pierre. So, like, every now and then, when we get these brands in our sub boxes and stuff, and I'm like, this darn brand again. If it's something good, I don't mind getting it. But I just find that these brands are way overpriced for the quality. But this is a nice blush. It just happens to be a loose pigment, which is a pain in the butt. But so far, I haven't had any big spills on it because I'm extra careful. But this is a nice one, and it's going to last. I mean, look how much is in it. And I've had this now probably a good year, and I do use it. So this is going to last a lifetime. All right, now we're going to play with the Deuce highlight. Oh, by the way, can you guys see that highlight that I put on? I don't know if it's just my glowing cheeks. No, I think that's the highlight that I put on and under my foundation, right? All right, we're going to put on some Deuce. Some Deuce. Did anyone get their Ipsy bag? I'm a little bit ticked off. I'm waiting for Ipsy to get back to me because... And Jaja and Jen, you might be able to answer this one. How much if you get Ipsy Glam Plus, how much do you get charged? Because I get charged 27 American dollars, and I know it's 25, right? So I have to send the thing that says Ipsy Glam Bag Plus, $25 on it. I have to send that to the shipping company. And I've done it twice already, and they've said, yep, okay, we're good with that, even though I get charged $27. So my Ipsy Bag Plus is now at the warehouse in New York. I did everything the same that I've done every month with the shipping company. And then they send me back an email saying, no, they need to have an invoice with the same amount, even though it says you might get charged taxes where you are. And they've taken it before, but this time they want an invoice with the same amount on it. So I've been trying to get in touch with Ipsy to send me an invoice saying $25 plus $2 tax. And I don't know, I find that weird. Like, why am I paying $2? Because, Jen, you're paying $25 and you're in Michigan. You have no issue with the 12-year-old deciding to get vaccinated? It's like not like getting a medical procedure? I do. I have an issue with that. I really do. As a parent, I don't think a 12-year-old should be making any kind of those decisions like that. I just don't. I don't know. Maybe I'm just, an overprotective mother too, right? But I'm like, my daughter can't vote, but she can decide what can go inside her body at 12. Kids 12 and up can also refuse a vaccine. Yes. A couple of people who had COVID, they highly recommend getting the vaccine. Said COVID is beyond horrible. Oh, I've had a patient who, oh my goodness, his whole family had COVID. And I remember I had to call him. I didn't know he had COVID. And I called him like right when they're in like the thick of it, the worst of it. And his whole family, his wife, his daughter, his son, all of them had COVID. Him and his wife had it really bad. The kids had it bad, but not like the wife and the father. And the father had it the worst. And he was on the phone. Oh, I felt so like he couldn't breathe. He couldn't talk. I was like, okay, I don't want you to talk. I had to find something out. And I'm like, in as much little words as you can possibly muster, like don't speak that much, but it was terrifying. And they're all great now. The poor girl, oh my God, what a sin. She's like 20 something years old and just had to get some serious work done on her colon. What a sin. Seriously, I think she's 21 and she got rushed to the hospital and had to get some of her colon snipped off, cut off. What a sin. Anyways, they've been through it. This family's really been through it. But that was scary. Listen to him on the phone. Wow, it was scary. You've been looking everywhere for that this blush, the Bella Pierre. It is. It's a very pretty blush. Your coworker's daughter-in-law got hers and they wanted to try for another child, but they don't know what the side effects of the shot will be, so they're holding off trying. I know. That's a crazy thing, right? You can see it. And Jen, you get paid, you charged $25 is what they're charging you. Hi, Michelle. See, that's what I'm thinking, that extra $2 is tax, right? Because they do the same thing with, excuse me, the Ipsy Xbox. I don't get charged, what is it, $55 for that box? Or is it 45 or 50? Anyways, they charge me like an extra $4 or something like that in taxes. So I've been trying to get them to send me the invoice because they had to send me an invoice for the Xbox, and I'm trying to get them to send me an invoice for the Plus box so I can send it to Shipsy so I can get my box to get on the truck to then get delivered here to Canada. It's a New York tax. That's what I'm assuming, that it's got to be a New York tax. I just don't know anyone in New York who gets the box who's got to pay the extra $2 for it. But I don't think that I got charged $25 the first time. I'm going to have to go back and look at PayPal and see if they did charge me 25 bucks for it, or if they always charge me 27. But what I don't understand is why now, because I know last month was May. I didn't get the Plus box. But in April, or maybe this is my second box. When did I start getting this box? Wasn't it March or was it April? I can't remember. But I think the first box I got charged $25 and now it's $27. And usually Ipsy is pretty fast on Twitter, like Ipsy Cares. But they're not getting back to me. So I'm hoping come Wednesday I'll be able to go and get it. Hope, because I can't do anything until I get that invoice from them. This will be my second one, okay. Yeah, because like the first time I know I didn't need to go back and get an invoice from them for the Plus box. But now they're asking for it. Your daughter-in-law was pregnant until this week and fully vaccinated. Oh, you got a granddaughter now, Jessica? 9 pounds, 1 ounces. Congratulations. You ordered naughty knickers for your daughter. You use my code. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Don't forget, if you've never gotten naughty knickers, or if you know somebody who's never gotten naughty knickers, Tell them about my Naughty Knickers giveaway because I will be picking the winner when I get my Naughty Knickers in July. So they just need to subscribe to the channel, be active. They got a month to be active, or they had a month. Yeah, but they still probably got like 3 more weeks. And I'll be picking the winner. And I send Naughty Knickers that person's address and email and their size and which package they want. So like I get the nice package, but whoever wins the giveaway can pick the nice, the naughty, or the sugar and spice package, right? So yeah, tell your daughters and your sisters and your friends, if they've never gotten Naughty Knickers, to check out my giveaway video. That's a baby 9 pounds. Holy Moses. My babies were small. My babies were 6. Savannah was 6'14", and Madison was 6'12". And Savannah went down to 5, I think, after she was born. We were still in the hospital anyway. She went down like 5, I think it was. But she was long. Savannah was so long. I swear, when I gave birth to that child, you know, the doctor takes her out and he put her up for me to see her. Her eyes open and she was like this. I swear to God. I wish I had a camera to film back then, you know. But I'll never forget that. I have that vision in my head. It's a picture in my mind that I'll never erase. I swear to God, was when he put her up and her eyes were open and it was like she was looking around. Oh, little babies. They're so cute. Both your babies were 9 pounds, 5 ounces. Oh my goodness. Yeah, too big for newborn. I know. Holy cow. My babies had to be in preemie clothes when they were born. That's insane. 9 pounds. I seen something the other day. Oh my God, this woman popped out a baby like 21 pounds, something like that. I don't know if it was true. Because, you know, sometimes you read that stuff and go, there's no way that happened. Both of yours were over 9 pounds, Nicoletti. Your grandmother came. So your daughter came by it honestly. You had the same issue. Wow. That is insane. I figured my babies would be small because I'm small, you know. I remember, my God, I was in university. Doctor I had there, the gyno, told me, his exact words, I hope you have a small baby because my pelvic bone was really small. He actually said that to me. I hope you have small babies because your bones are really small. I'm like, thanks. And later I had another gyno tell me that I was never going to get pregnant. So, like, what do they know, right? Okay, so we're going to start with this Sweet Lovin' Eyeshadow. I just don't know which one to try because they're both so fabulous. Babies that big feel like instant toddlers. You don't have to worry about that in the cosmic, right? Everybody else, how big were your babies? So I got this beauty from Be a Bombshell, which I have a lipstick from Be a Bombshell that I like, but I don't think I've ever liked anything else from Be a Bombshell. I think the only thing I really liked from Bella Pierre was probably a lipstick and this blush. But again, I really do believe this stuff is overpriced. So we have that one, and we have this beauty here from Bella Pierre. I thought I had a little peach one of this somewhere. I don't know where it is now, though. Didn't we get a peach Bella Pierre little palette like this? So there's nothing in here that I want to use. Not in that one. Zachary was 7, 11, and Julia was 8, 10. Isn't it crazy that us as moms can just remember all of that? God, what are you supposed to do with that eyeshadow palette? What is this here? Is this like a matte? No, that's got some shine. I mean, what are you supposed to do with an eyeshadow palette like that? It's all shimmer. Oh my God, this is terrible. I'm trying to get some pigment on this screen. Like, barely there. Barely there. I'm really pressing into this pigment. What a terrible palette. And this is like very chalky. So that's that beauty. Oh, and there's one more. It's like a nude shade. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see that one. Right. Stunning. Be a Bombshell. Where did they come from? Be a Bombshell. Where did this brand come from? Made in the PRC, designed in the USA. Beabombshell.com. You know, when you get stuff like this packaging, to me, this type of packaging just screams Alibaba. It's so freaking cheap. You know what I mean? Like this one. It's just so cheap. It just screams Alibaba. And, you know, the price of this to buy is probably 30 bucks, right? Cheap packaging. Don't like it. Yeah, that is an awful palette. Jen, your youngest got a broken collarbone at delivery. His shoulders are too big. Now he's gigantic, 6'4". And you're 5'11". Wow. Wow, that's insane. Zach was born at 10:28 p.m. and Julia at 8:28. There's a ton of drugstore palettes that are better than that, right? I know, tons of them. Oh my goodness, I read today that a woman had to have an emergency C-section. I seen it on Twitter. And they did the C-section. And when they pulled the baby out, she had a cut on her face. She had to get like 14 stitches. 14 stitches. So I guess when they were cutting the sack, they cut her. Can you imagine? Oh my gosh. And you know, comments on Twitter, like, well, at least she's not dead. I'm like, that's what, you can't be a parent. Because the mother is trying to figure out what happened, right? And the hospital isn't telling her anything. You know, and as a mom, I'm like, I want to know what happened, who cut her, what, you know, like, newborn coming out of the sack with a cut on her face that came from the knife. I don't know, man. Scary. You also remember your son was 24 inches long. Yeah, that is stupid long. I think Savannah was 23 and Madison was 21. Savannah was long. And your daughter was 21. The scary part about those lengths is you're only 5'3". Yeah, I'm 4'11". And both of them tower over me now. Savannah just towers over me. But her father is really, really, well, Ian's 6 foot. And his father is 6'3", and his brother's 6'4". So they come from a tall family. It's definitely not on my side. And I always said, I bet you if I have a son, he's going to be short. But I had 2 daughters instead. But yeah, both of them just tower over me now. Right? Isn't that sad? And the comments that I read on Twitter, like, are you kidding me? Like, that's what you got to say. Why is she complaining? Why is she suing? I mean, come on, really? Yeah, I know we're happy that the baby's alive and stuff, but there should be some answers, you know? Oh, peeved me off when I read that. Has anyone ever bought from Butter London? Because I was looking at their lip liners. What's her name? What's her name was talking about it today? Madison Miller. on her video this morning was talking about the lip liners from Butter London and their lipsticks. And I looked it up today. There's actual Butter London Canada, although now the lip liners are like $25 or something. But I'm like, I think I'd like to try those out because apparently, like Madison Miller really liked it. Anyone ever tried Butter London lipsticks or lip liners? That same thing with Buxom. You know, a lot of people really like Buxom. I don't know what I just did there. There's legit only one matte in this palette, and I'm making a mess. You've never been impressed with anything you've gotten from Butter London, so not sure you'd buy from them? Okay. I don't think I've ever had anything from Butter London, but I know Madison really liked their lip liner. It was really creamy, and when I was online, they have some really nice bullet lipsticks, right? But I've never tried it. That's not true. I did try something from Butter London, their mascara in BoxyCharm about 3 years ago. What was something? They had a mascara, and I loved that mascara. Like, I legit went out and bought some off of Facebook. Double Decker, the Butter London Double Decker mascara. I loved that mascara. And if you've been with me for a long time, you'll remember that. The Butter London Double Decker mascara. I thought that was a great mascara. But that's the only thing I've ever tried from Butter London. Cheekbone Beauty is coming to Sephora, so you're looking forward to trying their lip products. Oh, that's cool. Jen, you want a Morphe palette, never tried Morphe, you can't wait to try it out? Good stuff, Jen. I like the Morphe 9-pan palettes. I think they're really good. And they're a good price too, right? You know, here in Canada, you can get them for $16. So, my God, what are they, like $10 in the States? 10 or 12 bucks? The Morphe 9-pans? What a mess. What is this? It's like a matte, but it's got a shimmer inside of it too. I don't know what look at the mess I'm making here. Oh, my Lanta. My husband must be sleeping. I don't hear him anymore. Right. So you see how dark the shadow is? It's not that dark anymore, is it? Okay. Yeah, which one did you get? You've had a few products from Butter London and you've given most of it away. I really want to try, I especially want to try their lip liner. And I don't mind bullet lipsticks. I want to try that one too, their lip liner and their bullet lipstick. But I do remember that Double Decker mascara. I really like that one. Jaja, your son was 4 pounds, 6 ounces. Oh, wow. Did he end up in an incubator, Jen? Or Jaja, sorry. That's a really small baby. I was 4 pounds and something when I was born, too. I was premature. Was he premature, Jaja? It's a big one? Okay, love. Artistry palette. The Artistry palette. 35 pan. I'm trying to think. Does that one have like all different shades? Like blues, greens, and pinks and stuff? Andre said that's a nice one. A mix of all the colors. This is an absolute mess. Holy cow. All right, let's see if we can build up the corner with this really dark brown shadow we got here. So is anybody waiting on boxes still? I think I'm waiting on Glossy Box, which apparently I should get that sometime this week. And I'm waiting on my freaking 2 Ipsies. Anybody else's Ipsy bag really late? My Ipsy left the States yesterday. It's that late. And like I said, Ipsy Plus is fine. It finally got delivered. Well, that's not true. Ipsy Plus got delivered on Monday to the shipping company, and I only got an email about it yesterday when they scanned it in. And the shipping company says everything is done within 48 hours. So I guess they're a little bit behind. They must be busy. That's the first time that happened since I've been using them. Usually it's quite quick, right? From the time it gets delivered there until it's uploaded into my account, and then I got to do what I got to do with it. So I should have had that bag and unboxed it before Friday if everything went according to plan. But my Ipsy bag just left, like it literally just left the States, I think, on Friday. And oh, and Violet Voss Best Life Palette. Now, which one is that? Life Palette. I like Violet Voss. Morphe shadows don't work for you at all, Cosmic. I like Morphe's 9 pan. Nicoletti, your favorite Morphe palette is the 9E Pretty in Peach. Is your usual go-to palette. Did I see the new Bronze Brown Metallics 9 pan from Morphe at Sephora? I don't know. I don't think I've looked. I have a Morphe here somewhere. I think I have a couple actually of their 9 pans because I find them to be very good for the price, right? $16 for a good eyeshadow palette. That's not bad. I don't know where she is though now. Where's the one that I have? Oh, I have this one. The 9D Painted Desert. She's pretty. I love this one. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Such pretty colors. And I do have a big one. I have a big Morphe palette that my niece bought me like 4 years ago at, oh my God, what is that store that sells all the TV stuff? God, she used to work there too. I can't remember the name of it. Anyways, they had this Morphe palette there for 20 bucks, and it was just when I got into makeup. And it's a big one. And I still have it, and it's got all of the neutral shades that I love and the shimmers that I love. I still have it, but for me, big palettes are confusing. I like 9 pan, 5 pans, or 12 pans. Anything over a 12 pan eyeshadow palette gets me really flustered because there's just so many colors. Like this here, the Bare Necessities from ColourPop. It's a beautiful palette, but it just gets me so flustered because there's so many colors. But I've used it, as you can see. Anybody else's palette's in a mess like that? This one here is really, truly messy. What a mess this palette's in. And it's not like I take it out all the time, but look at the mess that's in. That's insane, right? What a mess. I should keep the covers. I bet you there's people out there who keep those covers that goes on palettes and it's all nice and neat. I mean, my fingerprints, look at that. I don't know if you can see that. You see? My fingerprints are all over this palette. She's a mess. Oh, and I also have the, I think it's a 35G, just like you, Andrea. The bronze one, the bronze goals, I think it is. 35V for Andrea. It's right there, and see what it is. You're still waiting on your glossy box, and you got a free Ipsy bag you're waiting on for that too, and it still hasn't left. Did you get tracking for it, Nicoletti, or you just haven't received anything for it? And when did you get it? Because sometimes when you get those free bags, you might not get the free bag until next month. And I guess it all depends on when you got it. The Violet Voss is a 24 pan with 12 mattes and 12 shimmers. I'm going to have to look that up. Still waiting on your replacement bag from last month, and this month's just shipped this week. Wow. And that's for Ipsy, Andrea? You like the Colored Rain a lot? Oh, I really want to try Colored Rain. I have Colored Rain, but it's Colored Rain through Ipsy, and it's not the Colored Rain stuff that's made in Colored Rain's labs in the USA. It was made in a lab in China. I got it through Ipsy. It's good, but I know it's not Colored Rain quality. You know what I mean? Because from what I see and hear, Colored Rain eyeshadows, a pigment, are fabulous, right? The stuff that's made in their lab here in the US or over there in the US. I'm here in the US. I'm in the USA. I wish it were. Um, yeah, so that's the only Colored Rain I have is the one I got from Ipsy. And let me tell you how disappointed I was when I got that. I was so freaking disappointed when I seen that it was made in China. And then I reached out to Colored Rain because I've heard so many things about them. And I've seen so many videos of people loving Colored Rain, right? And I reached out to them to ask, is your stuff usually made in China? Because I didn't know. Or do you have a lab? And they said, no. If you go on the Colored Rain website, that stuff is made in their lab in the USA. But they did something with Ipsy and put their name on it or something. I can't remember what they said, how they explained it. But I told them I wasn't very happy about it because it's not the same. You wish you could show pictures on here? Andre, you can send it. Send it to my messenger and I'll just show it. The new Morphe one is called 9R Bronze Medal. I'm going to have to look at that, Nicoletti. You don't like anything bigger than a 12 or 16 pan? Yeah, for me, I get all flustered when it's really big. You actually ordered the Stone Cold Fox last month. You haven't used it yet, though? I remember when that one came out, and there was another one that came out right after the Bare Necessities. And I wanted to get it because I love the colors, but I was like, no, because I don't reach for my big palettes often enough, so it'd be kind of like a waste of money. Plus, I probably had the shades anyways, because ColourPop tends to do a lot of the same shades all the time. We're going to tone this down a little bit here with the other shimmer. Oh, crackers. Now it's all bunching. I want to see what that Morphe palette is I have down there. You like 4-6 pan the best too? But good for you. You keep on winning giveaways. That's awesome. Girl, I can't win my lunch. That's good. You did get tracking, or you ordered the free Ipsy June 2nd. It's just still in the States, and you got oh, wow. Since June the 2nd. Have you sent them an email? Because I believe now their rule is if it hasn't left after 15 business days, send them an email, and they're either going to send you out a replacement, or if it's stuck somewhere, it leaves the warehouse and it's stuck somewhere for 15 business days, seen it or there's no update, send them an email because they're going to do something about that, right? You're back again. You'll have to watch would have killed my husband to watch YouTube after he cooked a nice dinner. No worries, love. I can't. Well, that's not true. Ian will pop in and watch me sometimes when he's at work, but I can't ever see him watching me when he's at home. Hi, Anna. They said they'd have an update in 2 weeks. That was more like 3 weeks ago. Wow. Anna, you're like me. You can't win anything? Andre, you ordered the putty bronzers. You got them yesterday. The putty bronzers from e.l.f. That was fast. Because didn't you just order them like last week? That was really fast shipping. Hold on. Oh, this one. I have this one, 35G Bronze Goals. This was the second Morphe palette I ever bought. When I bought it, it was like $35 when it first came out. And honestly, I found that it seemed like you had to go in with your finger a few times to get to the shadow underneath the layer, the top cover, in order to get like some pigment. That's what I found with this. With big palettes, you always tend to use one or two colors totally up and the rest is useless. Yeah, you did order it. It was fast, wasn't it? But it is a beautiful palette. This is a gorgeous palette. It's a 35G bronze gold. But like, I don't know if you can see the dryness on the top of them. Because some of these shades have never been touched. I'm going to put it close. Can you see how they look dry? The top layer? You see that? The top layer of it looks really dry. And I remember watching some videos when I first got this. Now this came out, whoa, I just got dizzy. That's weird. This here I think came out maybe like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. It was new, like my beginning of makeup, right? And I was watching some videos because I couldn't get this, I couldn't figure it out for the life of me because I was having a hard time getting the shadows off the pan. And then I watched a few videos and they were saying the same thing, that you actually had to like take your finger and you wanted to like get past that first layer to be able to get into the shadow. And once you did that, she was good to go. So after I did that, I was like, okay, she's a beauty palette, but again, so big. I haven't played with this palette. I don't even know if I have this palette written down in my booklet, in my beauty things. I should, though. There's some of the shades there. I actually think I used, oh, crackers. There's a really nice green shimmer that I was just going to show you, but I ruined it. Now look at my hand. I need a new one. But yeah, she's a beauty palette, but that's what I figured out with that one, I guess. And I wouldn't have known what to do if I didn't see some of the other YouTubers, like the bigger YouTubers, talk about what they had to do to get that palette to work. Because I had no idea, right? Not in the beginning. But I'll never forget that. I made Ian bring me to one of the malls here that I've never been into before. And I don't think he was ever into this mall because it's the only Morphe that was in my area. I think it was the only Morphe at the time in Canada. At the time. That's a beautiful greeny shimmer. So him and I were going through this big ass mall trying to find Morphe so I can get this palette. God love him. Like this orange shimmer here. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm really trying to get past that first layer just to get some pigment. It's not working that well. Let's see if I scrape it a little bit, maybe. There we go. Aren't those gorgeous shimmers? Beauty. I hope I got that in my weekly beauty picks. I figure if I take out a palette like this to use, I might have to like put paper, you know, keep 3 or keep 9 and put like paper over the rest and figure out a look like that. Yeah, I can do that too because there's 2 mats with every one. So with every 9, no matter which way you go, oh no, there's no mat down that way. Crackers. But there's lots of mats here, so that's not going to work. Well, crackers. She's a beauty palette anyway. I just don't use her that often. And the box is like literally ripped to pieces. Look. Oh. Okay, where are we? I gotta pee. You have this one too, Andrea. You're going to sell it. You have the Natasha Denona bronze palette, so you don't need it. Jaja, he wasn't that early. He got to go home with you. You had a kink in your umbilical cord, so he wasn't getting all the nutrients. Oh, good goodness. That's scary. Your son was a preemie. Anna, you started a new thing. The big palettes, you go in specifically to the unused shades. You're actually finding some real gems. Oh, that's a good idea. Premature 2, 4 pounds, 2 ounces. Ian's son. So Ian was married when he was younger. I think he was only married for a couple of years and then they got divorced. And then he had full custody of his son for many years. I forgot to put on concealer. You know that? Anyway, his son was like 2 pounds, 11 ounces, something like that. He was born 3 months premature, 2.5 months. But the size of him when he was born, he was the size of a beer bottle and had a lemon for a head. That's how small he was. And they had to do an emergency C-section on his ex-wife. But he's good today. He's 22, I think. Something like that. 22, 23, 22 maybe. Or he will be turning 22. But yeah, 2 pounds and like 11 ounces, something like that, when he was born a preemie. And I think he was born in Mount Sinai. I don't know if he was transferred over to Sick Kids because, you know, Mount Sinai and Sick Kids Hospital have like an underground walkway where you can walk into both hospitals. So he must have got transferred to Sick Kids after. I can't remember the story. Hi, Zoe. Maybe you should buy some metallic palettes and see if you can depot some of them. That's a good idea, Cosmic. Anna, your baby was a preemie too. Jaja, none of the clothes you had to bring him home in fit. They were too big. And your mom bought a preemie outfit. Same. When I had Savannah, I learned when I was going with Madison, but with Savannah, everything that I bought her was too big. So one of my friends had bought me into the hospital a preemie outfit. So she wore those for about a week, and then she was into the, you know, regular baby clothes. Yep, for about a week, I guess, she was into the preemie clothes. But when I had Maddie, we made sure that I had preemie clothes. All right, so I'm using the Deuce mascara. And girl, she is clumpy. Holy Hannah. I gotta get close so you can see it. Can you see it clumping? You can probably see it already. Miss Deuce. This is the first time I think I've ever tried these mascaras that we're getting from Deuce. I wish I still had the one from Manigadar, but I think I gave it away or threw it away. This is rough on your eyelash. Did anyone try this? She is so rough on the eyelashes. Holy, like really rough. Wow, what the hell is on that? Like I can feel the mascara wand. It's so rough on my eyelashes. Miss Deuce is in. Oh, okay, my back is hurting. Yes, I see people are leaving. I'm getting ready to go as well. You're glad you're not the only one that keeps the old nasty boxes for palettes. Good night, Miss Janet. Have a great week, love. My back is hurting. You depotted most of the single shadows that you got from Ipsy, and you added a couple from Ofra. You had to have a C-section because you weren't dilating past a 3. Wow. Hi, Jen. How are you? You did, love, and I'm just getting ready to take off. I have... My back is starting to hurt. Um, do I have a cold? I sound different. I don't have a cold. I have a new tooth. I think that's what it is. So my tooth cracked on Thursday, like almost completely off. Well, the whole tooth, half the tooth cracked. And I went to the dentist on Friday and they gave me a temporary filling. And I think it's a little bit too, it's not filed down enough. So it's, my words aren't coming out right, or I don't know. It's almost like I got a lisp or something like that. It's just, I think that's what it is. Emergency C-section for Zach and an elective section for Julia. Hi, Bobby. How are you? Tonight is a record of the longest live. No, love. I had a live almost 2.5 hours. There was a few 2.5 hours. But yeah, if I don't shut down, then they're going to start deleting the first half of my live. So you can only go live for like 2 hours. Thank you, Anna. How did I crack my tooth? I was fooling around with Savannah trying to take a picture of her for graduation, and I have no idea what I did. I think I clinched my teeth or something, but it was in bad shape anyways, and it just cracked off. You have a half-fake tooth in the front. Someone tripped you in public school and you went face down on the pavement. Yeah, that's tough, right? Dentists are crazy expensive. It's ridiculous. Crazy. Anyways, I'm going to take off too. I'm starting to get that sore back right now. And today is Saturday. I don't know if I'm going to go live tomorrow because I know we have to go and I have to plant in my sunflowers that I have in pots over at Ian's parents' house. And my green bean plants I have to plant now in the garden that's over at his parents' house. So I have to do that tomorrow. So I'm not sure if we're going to go live to do my beauty pics or not. I guess depends on what time I get up and what time we get on the go and all that stuff. So yeah, if I pop up, I pop up. Monday is going to be crazy hectic, I think, because of work. Right. Yes. Yeah, Monday might be a little bit of a bugger. Anyway, I hope you guys all have a great night. Oh my God, it's killing me. I'm taking this bra off right now, let me tell you. And Andre, your day is just starting. Yeah. Have a great night, everybody. Have a great week. I hope our boxes come in, especially Ipsy. I know that's what most people are waiting for. And I will see you next time. Bye, everybody. Oh, this bra is going to come off.